Hello, and welcome to another Network Thermostat Cloud Connect instructional video. In this video, I'll be going over the thermostat switches and registration tabs. To get to the tabs, I will expand the locations and then the thermostat by clicking on the plus sign to the left of the icons. First thing I'm going to look at is the switches tab. These are for reference only and can be changed by adjusting the physical switches on the back of the faceplate. However, on this tab, you can reference them to see what they're currently switched to. The first switch indicates whether the thermostat is in gas electric mode or in heat pump mode. If the switch was turned to the heat pump side, then the display for the switch number 5 would be different and would say HP normal in the off position and HP dual fuel in the on position. The second switch indicates whether the adaptive recovery feature is active or not. The second switch indicates whether the adaptive recovery feature is active or not. The adaptive recovery feature allows the thermostat to precondition a space in anticipation of a schedule change. This will allow the space to get to temperature when the schedule is set to fire instead of waiting until the schedule fires before starting to condition the space. Switch 3 is the minimum on-off time. It does just what it says in that it is the minimum amount of time the equipment will run before turning off or turning back on. This reduces short cycling on the equipment, which will reduce energy usage and will reduce wear and tear on the equipment. Switch 4 is the lock switch. If you wish to reduce the amount of control available from the faceplate, then the lock switch can be engaged to restrict the deviation from the scheduled set point. When switch 4 is in the locked position, switch 7 becomes active and will only allow either a plus or minus 3 or 5 degree deviation from the current scheduled set point. Switch 5 will look differently depending on whether switch 1 is set to gas electric or heat pump. When set to gas electric, the off position will show electric heat and the on position will show gas heat. Switch it to whichever you have, as this dictates when the fan engages during the heating call. When switch 1 is set to heat pump, the off position will display normal HP and the on position will display HP dual fuel. If you have a normal heat pump, then you want it to the off position. If you have an aux strip or a dual fuel, then switch it over to the on position so that it will engage the aux and the e-heat mode. Switch number 6 is for dual stage systems. If you have a dual stage system, make sure to switch it in the on position or the thermostat will never make a call for a second stage. As stated before, switch 7 is the override range. This switch only engages when the thermostat lock is on. In the off position, it allows a plus or minus 3 degree override from the current scheduled set point. In the on position, it allows a plus or minus 5 degree override from the current scheduled set point. Switch 8 is only applicable to the UP32 model thermostats that have an indoor sensor connected. In the off position, the thermostat will take only a reading from the indoor sensor and ignore the onboard sensor in the thermostat faceplate. In the on position, it will average between the remote sensor and the onboard thermostat sensor. That's all the thermostat switches. Now we're going to take a look at the registration tab. The registration tab is where you can set the thermostat login email and password. Keep in mind that if you change this, then the login for the Cloud Connect for this thermostat will change and you will need to log out and log back in with the credentials you just entered to see it. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more instructional videos.